Well, a very active day across our area. I'm going to be going over the storm reports as well as some of the records broken today. It was a very hot day as well, very humid. Right now, things have quieted down, but earlier that wasn't the case, and we're going to around 3:15 in the afternoon. You could see the thunderstorms. At first, it looked like, we had a few cumulus clouds, and then all of a sudden, stuff just started popping up over, looks like northern Queens. And this first cell here, and then we had another severe warned storm over here. This is 4 o'clock, going to 4:30. It hits most of Nassau County. We got another batch out in Suffolk County that's hitting. Here's 4:25, so another batch is formed. And then another cells. All these cells just popped along this. I can't say it was a cold front because things are still pretty brutal out there right now. But some kind of frontal thing, but you could see all these storms just popped up here, and the line moved through and affected a large part of Long Island. Then there was another strong cell over here with a lot of lightning as well that moved over the northwestern Suffolk County, and Hamptons got hit pretty hard, and then also parts of central New Jersey as well as southern Ocean County got hit hard from this as well. It was a very active day across the area. Let's look at the satellite image, and we'll show you what was. So you can see those storms pop up, and here's a lot of smoke off to the north. The worst of that's going to miss us, but we'll get into some of that. Probably give us some hazy-looking skies once again, although today was already kind of hazy. So you can see those storms just firing up there in the afternoon there ahead of that boundary there. Let's go and look at some of the storm reports for today, and I'm going to first go to that, I guess. We'll go to actually News 12 because they covered this as well. Fierce storm topples trees, damages property across Long Island. So there was some very strong winds with this storm. Just show you a little clips of the video, the damage here. Trees down, not sure where that is. Let's see on the screen. Let's see. That is Comac. So, yeah, that area got hit pretty hard. You can see there's a tree down. So, trees. Some strong winds with these storms, as well as lightning strikes. It looks like Manivale also got hit hard, too, as well. You see some down trees there. And there were a lot of power outages I put up earlier about this. So, this storm was pretty bad. We're going to look at what it looked like out east on Hamptons.com just to show you Hamptons webcam here. This is from Foster Memorial Beach in Sag Harbor. So you can see the storm coming in here. You can see it did have a shelf with it. There it is. Pretty angry looking shelf there. There it is right there. So you can see the storm coming in there. Really dark skies, and then you can see the heavy rain approaching there, and poured. You can see pouring, and see how the camera's shaking. Some very strong winds right there with that storm as well. And we had strong winds too. I got a video of the storm that'll be up later. Not as strong as that, but you can see the lightning flashing there. So it's an idea of what a lot of areas got today. But right now it is quieted down. Let's see if we can find some storm reports from the National Weather Service. See if there are any here. Yeah, here we go. Local storm reports. Here's a summary of what we had. So it looks like there was thunderstorm wind damage in Connecticut as well. New Haven, a lot of New Haven County. Waterbury, thunderstorm wind damage as well. Tree down from a lightning strike. So Connecticut was hit pretty hard by this. There was thunderstorm wind damage in Westchester as well. A lot in Connecticut. New Jersey, large tree falling. I know that parts of Essex County were hit also pretty hard as well. Trees down on North Eisenhower Parkway and Livingston Parkway in Roseland and Essex County. There's a lot of thunderstorm wind damage in New Jersey. I'm trying to look for the Long Island ones here. But you can see lots of reports of thunderstorm wind damage. Roselle, a 65-mile-an-hour wind gust measured by a Davis weather station. So that's pretty remarkable. 63-mile-an-hour wind gust at Newark Airport was reported. A 60-mile-an-hour wind gust was reported on Staten Island. They were hit pretty hard, too. 55-mile-an-hour wind gust at Tompkinsville at Staten Island as well. So Staten Island was hit pretty hard, too. Trees down on Fingerboard Road. 52 mile an hour wind gust at Coney Island. 51 mile an hour wind gust at Breezy Point. So this is what we have right now for storm reports. There are also some records that were broken today as well. So we'll go look at that. Looks like we got a number of record reports here. Let's see. We'll start with JFK. A record daily high temperature set at JFK. The high temperature reached 93 degrees at JFK, breaking the old record. Now, it ties the old record of 93. Surprised that's all it got up to. It was a lot hotter here in Mineola. It was 96. LaGuardia reached a high temperature of 99 degrees. This breaks the old record of 97 set in 1999. So, new record for LaGuardia set. Let's see what else we got. Newark as well as a record report as well. Record high temperature of 100 degrees at Newark. This breaks the old record of 99. So I knew somebody in Jersey would hit 100. I think Tom's River might have gotten up there too as well. And Bridgeport as well as a record report as well. It hit 93. It hit 94 at Bridgeport, breaking the old record of 93. So yeah, that's what we got to deal with. Oh, I had to get some water. Okay, this is just so thirsty from this weather. Still looks like there's an air quality alert in effect for... that should be ending soon. Yeah, that should be ending. But yeah, very hot day across the area today. See, it's still kind of warm out there, too, by the way. Still kind of warm and still very muggy out there. The ice slip got up to 91 today, so not so bad at ice slip. The dew point is still high. Dew point is 75. The air temperature is 79. Let's see what Farmingdale got. Farmingdale got up to 91. High. Right now it's still 81. Go to closer into my area here. 93 was reported at Hofstra for a high. 83 over there. Floral Park saying 100 degrees. I don't know if it quite got up to 100, but it got into the mid-90s here for sure. 96. Yeah, at Green Tree. So, yeah, right around 96 or so. So, very high. Very, very hot. LaGuardia still 84. Central Park's 82. And JFK. No, that's Ozone Park. It's not. JFK's 82. So, if you're at the beach, it's 78. So it's a little bit better over there. And look at that. West Gilgo only got up to 83 today. So, if you were at the beach, yeah, much better. Though still very humid out there. But in my alley... Well, that's a different story. It's 86 degrees.
Oh, I hate this place!
So, 86 degrees. Yeah, I know. It's brutal in that alley. It holds all the heat in. Thank God my AC is somehow able to keep it down to like 70, between 73 and 75 in here. And what do we got in Tom's River? 79 at Miller Air Park. It hit 100 degrees in Tom's River today. Yep. Very brutal. If you look at the kind of day, how bad it could have been. Let's see what it was like there. Because they were also dealing with really... That's why there was an extreme heat warning. 100 degrees with a dew point of 75 made it feel like 115 if you were in Tom's River right now. I meant today. And you see it hit 100 numerous times. At 320, 100... That's insane. That's insane. So very, very hot there. No sea breeze at all whatsoever. But when the storms rolled through, it did cause a temperature drop. And if you look at what the day was like here at Farmingdale, you'll see 81. And temperatures were in the low 90s with dew points in the 70s. It felt unbelievable. It still felt like it was over 100 here. There was a strong southwesterly wind, but you'll see how the temperature dropped pretty quickly from that thunderstorm. It dropped pretty quickly down into the 70s, but then went back up again when the sun tried to come out. So I have some pictures, I have a video as well. But this is what looked like the storm coming in. Yeah, there was a little bit of a shelf cloud. Nothing as crazy as what some other people saw, but yeah, it got pretty dark for sure. And after the storm was done, we had some Amatis clouds. The sun trying to come out, it kind of made it kind of hot again. So the storm brought some temporary cooling, but it didn't really. So let's put the highs on the map here. You'll see on the South Shore, as much. Yeah, you avoided the worst of it. 83 if you were at the beach. Only in the mid 80s at the beach, generally speaking. Much better. Let's see, no numbers from Long Beach, but only the mid 80s at the beach. But if you were inland, even on the South Shore, it looks like some upper 80s. But if you were inland, you were dealing with low and middle 90s for highs. So yeah, it was not so fun. On the North Shore too, pretty brutal. See some 199 to 100 on the North Shore too. So South Shore definitely is the better place to be today. And if you go further inland into New Jersey, come on. I would like it to show the height. I don't know what's going on. Here we go. All right, so here you go. 100 degrees at Newark. There's the 100. You can see highs in and around New Jersey. There's the 100 around Times River. So you had mid-90s to around 100. And then, again, if you're on the South Shore, much cooler for those lucky people. The other thing, rainfall. So we got to look at that, too, as well, from the storms today. And some areas wound up getting more rain than others. I mean, we needed some rain. So let's go. We'll look at this here for a minute here. So most areas in Nassau got between a quarter of an inch and a half an inch of rain. And let's look at Suffolk County here. Yeah, some areas on the North Shore around Kings Park, 0.72, so 0.64 around Farmingville. Not that much as you headed further east, it looks like. Not seeing a lot of numbers. You know, this site is giving me problems, so you may have to use another site because this is just taking too much time at this point. Yeah, it's just taking up too much time. We'll go to the Wonder Map here. I don't know, the site's not working properly. It always does. Let's go to the Wonder Map here. So we'll have more rainfall numbers, too, from this as well. You can see those numbers here. It kind of shows you the areas that got more rain. Some areas barely got anything, like Glen Cove barely got anything. Some areas missed out on the rain. Other areas got a lot, 0.71 in Smithtown, and then we got a 1.14 around Medford here, so that area, they got probably both those cells around Ridge. Let's see, a little under a quarter inch generally. Let's head it further out east. You head out to the Hamptons. We got numbers in the got rainfall amounts half an inch to 3/4 of an inch. Yeah, so around half an inch there. Some areas around Shelter Island looks like they got pounded, 1.68 inches. Wow. So some areas wound up getting a lot of rain from that, depending on how long that the rain sat over your area. Most areas, New York New York City didn't see that much. Head over to Jersey, it's a little more. Central Jersey, half an inch to 3/4 of an inch. Look at that, nothing in Toms River. So Toms River missed out on these storms. It kind of went around them today. You go to the north and Lakewood Township, you're dealing with more like 0.4 inch of rain. So, yeah, we'll go to this and we'll again show you the effect of that storm when it moved in. So let's look at the Belmore observation here. So you'll see the effect of that storm. So there's the storm. All right, so they were in the upper 80s, and then the storm came through, dropped the temperature down. But then you see how it went right back up again when the sun came out. So the storms only brought some temporary relief from the heat, and we're still dealing with it. 89.6 still. So we were on the south. It was still hot, even with the humidity. But obviously, some areas worse than others. Obviously, if you're in a place like Toms River, you're dealing with Holiday Heights, for instance, which probably hit 100 today. Let's see what they are reading here. Yep, 100 degrees. You can see, and look at that. Well, that's a more dramatic drop. So see, like I went from 99, and then I guess a gust front moved through and dropped the temperature down to 80. So that's a dramatic drop there in the temperature. Look at that. Wow. So that's pretty nice. So there you go. That's pretty dramatic there. But yeah, it was pretty hot if you were in Toms River today. Upper 90, really just look at those dew points too. Absolutely brutal. Today was just the kind of day you just didn't want to be outside. That's really the bottom line. That is the bottom line. So this is all from a cold front. We'll just briefly go over the weather for the weekend. Luckily, nothing this crazy for the rest of the weekend. You see there's that cold front, and it moves through, but stalls to the southwest of us tomorrow, and then approaches again on Sunday. So that's going to mean more chances for rainfall Severe weather, I don't think so. We'll go ahead and we'll go to the day 3 convective outlook. Let's see, that's Sunday. All right, so we have a marginal risk for severe weather on Sunday. So, all right, so we may be doing this again. I mean, not quite as bad, but Sunday could be interesting. So let's look at that. We'll go to the HRRR model, and I mean, this is not really going to take us. This may take us through Sunday. So you can see the activity dies down tonight. Tomorrow we're just going to have a mix of sun and clouds, a fair day, and it'll be cooler too. And then Sunday, this is what we're going to have to watch out for. So I see some scattered showers and thunderstorms that might wind up developing on Sunday. That is what we're going to have to watch out for. But we'll show you the relief coming for tomorrow. And it's going to start coming into by tomorrow morning. I guess you see the dew points drop over Long Island. Not so much if you're in Jersey, however. You're still going to be dealing with dew points that are higher. But you can see dew points here in the 40s over New England. Yeah, they're going to get into but they're going to be dealing with smoke. So, but it will be really comfortable. Tomorrow will be a lot comfortable. You see the easterly winds, but you see what happens when we get into Sunday. Winds go southwest again. We get back into the humidity as well as possibly some more heat. Temperatures tonight, they'll probably drop toward the 70s by morning, though I don't think the alley will. And tomorrow, if you're on Long Island, temperatures will probably be in the low to mid 80s. Maybe depending on where you are, obviously, inland's probably going to be the hottest, cooler along the shore, and then a little cools off maybe into the upper 60s for some tomorrow night. Not for me, obviously. And then Sunday, we'll have more cloud cover, so there's going to be a lot of cloud cover around, so that's why the temperatures won't really heat up that much. But if there are breaks of sun, it'll probably shoot well into the 80s if that happens. Cape. You can see there's that high. No Cape for us. You can see the Cape's all off to the west, but you see what happens on Sunday. That Cape, it looks like the best chances will be over New Jersey for Sunday. Let's go and look at the... just going to look at power outages and then the smoke. So we'll just go look at power outages. We're down to 618 customers. We see where the outages generally are on Long Island. Let's go to poweroutage.us just to give us a better overview here. So it looks like New York has got 11,000 customers without power. Ooh, Staten Island's hit pretty hard, yeah. 7,762. So Staten Island looks like the hardest hit part of New York right now with those power outages. All right. Smoke. And I think it's going to be more of an issue for areas to our north, but we'll see. And then we'll be back on Sunday. And next week we're going to have to deal with more heat again. Obviously, I'll talk about that on Sunday. Yeah, the worst of the smoke's going to go to the east, but there may be some haze around. Yeah, you can see all the smoke up there. So we'll be talking about that more. And again, this is all, again, from Canadian wildfires that are happening. We look at the CONUS view. Wish they would give us like a view of the whole North American continent. You can see the smoke up there. So that's what maybe adding some haze to the sky tomorrow. Let's just go back over here and just look at the actual sky cover as far as clouds go. And you'll see toward tomorrow, we'll be dealing with some high and mid-level clouds. It won't be a clear day, but it'll be pleasant compared to what we're dealing with today as far as temperatures go. And then Sunday, obviously, is going to be a more unsettled day. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and good night.